It was a chilly morning when the clock struck 6:45 a.m. The hospital corridors were quiet except for the soft squeak of cleaning trolleys and the rhythmic beeps from ICU monitors. Inside the staff room, Nurse Amara Johnson, a young black woman in her early 30s, sat in front of the mirror tying up her curly hair. She had been working back-to-back night shifts for 3 weeks straight, and exhaustion had settled under her eyes like shadows. Amara wasn't just any nurse, she was known for her calm voice, her steady hands, and her ability to comfort even the most distressed patients. Everyone admired her work ethic. Everyone, except Drive, Mason Reed, the arrogant head surgeon who thought his title gave him the right to humiliate others. Dr. Reed was the kind of man who bragged about every successful surgery as if he alone had saved the world. He looked down on nurses, especially women of color. To him, they were just assistants, not equals. That morning, as Amara prepared to assist in a delicate heart operation, Drive Reed entered the prep room with his usual swagger. "Johnson," he said sharply, "you look tired. Maybe you should take a break before you start making mistakes." Amara simply nodded, used to his condescending tone. She never let his words get to her. But what happened next, she would never forget. During the surgery prep, one of the surgical caps slipped off Amara's head as she bent over to sterilize the tools. Her tightly coiled natural hair sprang free. Dr. Reed's lips curled into a smirk. "Looks like we have a jungle in here," he said loudly, making the other nurses freeze. Amara's heart sank, but she didn't react. The other nurses looked uncomfortable, but no one dared to speak up. Dr. Reed grabbed a surgical razor, the kind used to shave areas before surgery, and waved it mockingly. "You know, we can fix that," he said, chuckling. "Come here, Nurse Johnson. Let me help you out." Before Amara could step back, he walked behind her and pretended to shave the air above her head. Everyone in the room gasped as he burst into laughter. Amara stood there, humiliated. Her cheeks burned, but she stayed professional. She simply said, "Dr. Reed, please focus on your patient prep. This is not appropriate." But he kept laughing. "Relax, it's just a joke. Don't be so sensitive." That was the moment something in her changed. She didn't respond, she simply turned and walked away. Later that day, during the surgery, Amara worked flawlessly. Her precision and calm under pressure impressed even the junior doctors. But Drive Reed didn't acknowledge it. He barked orders, insulted interns, and strutted around as if he were the hero of the day. When the surgery was over, Amara went to the locker room, locked the door, and silently cried. Not because she was weak, but because she was tired of enduring disrespect. She thought of quitting, of leaving the hospital that she had served with so much love. But she didn't know that life had its own plans for justice, and that karma sometimes wears a white coat. The next morning, the hospital buzzed with news. The hospital director, Mr. Anthony Johnson, was returning from a 2-week business trip. He was a man respected and feared, known for his fairness and strict standards. He had built the hospital's reputation from the ground up, and every doctor wanted to stay on his good side. As Anthony entered the hospital lobby, all eyes followed him. His tall frame, confident walk, and calm authority commanded silence. But what no one at the hospital knew, including Drive Reed, was that Anthony Johnson was Amara's husband. They had chosen to keep their marriage private because Amara wanted to earn her place on merit, not through connections. She had never mentioned it to anyone, not even her closest coworkers. At noon, a meeting was scheduled for the hospital's senior staff. Dr. Reed entered the boardroom proudly, eager to impress the director. Amara was there too, quietly reviewing patient charts. "Dr. Reed," the director greeted, "I've heard mixed reports about your leadership style. I'd like to discuss that." Dr. Reed smiled confidently. "Sir, I run a tight ship. Some nurses don't appreciate tough management, but that's how excellence is achieved." Anthony leaned back in his chair. "I see. So you believe humiliating your staff counts as leadership?" The room went silent. Dr. Reed frowned. "Sir, I'm not sure what you mean." At that moment, Anthony's assistant played a security video on the large screen, footage from the prep room the previous morning. Every laugh, every cruel remark, every second of Dr. Reed mocking Amara's hair played out for everyone to see. The blood drained from Dr. Reed's face. He stammered, "Sir, it was just a harmless joke." Anthony stood up, his voice calm but ice cold. "You humiliated one of the most dedicated nurses in this hospital. You disrespected her culture, her professionalism, and her humanity. And you did it in my hospital. Doctor. Reed froze. Your hospital? Anthony turned slightly toward Amara. Yes. My wife works here. The room erupted in stunned silence. The nurses who had stayed quiet now looked at Amara in awe. Doctor. Reed's mouth fell open, his arrogance evaporating instantly. Anthony continued, drive. Reed, pack your things. You're suspended indefinitely pending disciplinary review. We do not tolerate discrimination. Not here, not ever. As Dr. Reed left the room, pale and shaking, Amara felt tears prick her eyes again, but this time, they were tears of relief. Anthony looked at her gently. You didn't tell me, he said softly. I wanted to earn everything on my own, she replied. I didn't want anyone to treat me differently because of who I'm married to. Anthony smiled with pride. And that's exactly why I married you. In the days that followed, the hospital buzzed with whispers, not of gossip, but of respect. Nurses began standing up for one another. A new training program on workplace respect and diversity was introduced under Anthony's supervision, and Amara was chosen to lead it. Dr. Reed's name disappeared from the hospital's leadership board, replaced by those who believed in compassion over ego. One evening, as Amara walked past the patients' rooms, an elderly woman took her hand. You have a kind heart, dear, the woman said. The world needs more nurses like you. Amara smiled, her soul lighter than it had been in years. She realized that strength doesn't always roar. Sometimes it's silent, sometimes it's standing tall when others try to break you. And sometimes, it's in the calm grace of a nurse who knows her worth, even when others don't. Moral. Never underestimate the dignity of a kind heart. Respect is not earned through titles or degrees, it's earned through humanity. The way you treat others, especially those you think have no power, defines who you truly are. Because sometimes, the person you choose to laugh at might be the reason you lose everything.